Hello. Today I'm going to speak about the impact of COVID-19 on equity markets, both globally as well as in Africa. My name is Isaac Kamau, an investment associate at Nabo Capital. The result of the expected poor economic performance was expected to affect several companies across various sectors. So as a result of this expectation that companies would not do that well over the coming year, investors sold a lot of their equities, and the impact of this was all across the world. We saw stock markets lose on average about 30% within the first quarter. Now, since then, there's been a bit of a recovery. However, I think a key thing to note is that the recovery has been a bit divergent. Right, the major equities markets, primarily in the US and the EU, have actually recovered almost all of their COVID-19 losses. However, those from developing countries still lag relatively behind in that recovery. Global markets have gone up largely because of the fact that there's a lot of excess cash that's been pumped into the economy by the major central banks of the world. So you find the US Fed as well as the ECB, which controls the money supply in Europe. They both pumped in quite a bit of money into the system, and it's the same case all across the world. However, these larger economies, they've been able to really pump in quite a bit. Now, this has led to the market really gaining quite sharply, beginning from the start of the second quarter of this year. Now, African markets as well as other developing countries, it's a slightly different thing that's happened. You see, the initial decline was primarily because foreign investors took money out of the country. And since then, they have not returned most of that money to the country. And with foreign investors being some of the largest players in these markets, generally in Africa, we see about 60 to 80% of the daily trading activity across the continent being foreign investors. For that reason, we have seen the market still remain relatively low. We've seen a different trend in Africa because the initial sell-off that happened in the first quarter was largely because foreign investors were pulling money out of these markets, with foreign investors being about 60 to 80% of the average traded value all across these African markets. They really had a significant impact on how the market behaved, and they were one of the main sort of causes for the initial decline, as well as for the fact that we've essentially lagged these more developed markets. And this is because of the capital that they took out early in the year. Very little of it has come back. To give you an example, at the peak of foreign selling this year, foreign investors had taken out about 27.8 billion shillings out of the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Since then, only about 2 billion has come back. And that's part of the reason why these markets remain low compared to the other markets. There's also the fact that a lot of investors are relatively scared of how these economies will trend, and therefore how the companies will perform over the next year. And so this combined with the general fear all across the global investment landscape has sort of kept most investors away from African equities, at least for now. The fact that African markets have been left behind as the developed ones have been able to gain over the past couple of months really exposes a potential opportunity for local investors to be able to invest in companies at very good prices that you would not otherwise be able to get and position for long-term upside. So we do see an opportunity there. There are some key things to look out for, which I'll cover in the next video.